Good Vibes Radio.
Good morning leaders and mga ka-Good Vibes. I am here at Good Vibes Radio. I am Jeanette Ameliasa and with me is Miss
Maricar Ratonel. I am the station manager of Good Vibes Radio.
Nice to meet you, Miss. And I have some questions that our group mates or students of Green Valley College have asked, but I am the representative of our group. So, Miss, the first question is, how long have you been a journalist, Miss?
As a journalist person, I worked with news for 2 years. But actually, I managed the radio station for 3 years. Prior to this, I am not in the journalism side. I'm more on the production side because my major is mass communication, major in film. So I worked in the television, in the entertainment side. But when I went back here, I was able to delve in the journalism side for 3 years.
Thank you, Miss. So, what's inspired you to become a journalist or a part of a journalist media?
Basically, before I tried to enter the world of arts because I like animation and drawing. But when I was browsing what should be my major, I was thinking, wala man siguro pera kasi sa fine arts. So, I took the mass communication. Then, of course, my initial love is really in films or in TV. Pero most likely, I'm in the animation side. But, of course, life does not really, give you everything, di ba? So, I worked para magkapera sa ABS-CBN, of course. So, medyo mahal kasi, kumbaga, if you want to enter in the cinema or sa film, ang niyan kasi is, you are not full-time, most likely. Tapos, mga 3 months lang ang ang pagkaka mo. So, I went to TV. And then later, nag-mission kasi ako for 1 year in India. When I went back to Philippines, of course, as you all know, ABS-CBN does not sit well with the government. So, they tried to ask me to be back. Pero I was thinking first I want to be with my mom, so I went back here. And then luckily, the Green Valley College put up a radio station. So, I was able to, enter the world of journalism. Pero pinag-aralan ko siya, but I was not able to be in the newsroom for some time because I'm more on the field, some artista, ganyan, being with entertainment people.
Thank you, Miss, for sharing. The next question is, can you talk about your experience working in a newsroom and collaborating with other journals or another journalist rather?
Yes, this is quite very good experience when you are working in ABS-CBN, especially. Why? Because we are in the same building with the newscasters. So we are able to enter the newsroom as well as the what we call yung where the director are. So kung you will pass by sa kanilang area, everything is fast. So hindi mo alam kung anong gagawin mo doon sa loob ng newsroom. Especially, we are able to also collaborate with them, like getting videos and stuff. So, ayun. And on the other hand, while managing the radio, so of course it's a different di ba? It's a different banana na in TV you are more inclined to focus on video, but in radio you are more focused on the content and the journalism side. So working in the newsroom and doing field works, I realized that our journalists are very underrated kasi we think that news just comes by na parang chismis, andyan agad yung news, but in the field talaga, you need to find your niche, you need to find your story. Na first yun nga, like my colleague said before, you need to be, muna, yung parang wala kang naratapakan, you need to be accurate, you need to be, syempre, responsible for other people's right.
Thank you, Miss. So, can you tell me about a time when you made a mistake in your reporting?
Okay.
And how did you handle it?
Regarding reporting, most likely, I think every journalist can relate, especially when you're doing live. You will create many mistakes in pronunciation, sometimes in the accuracy of your statement. So, paano mo siya i-handle? You just need to, kung may kailangan correction, you need to make bawit na lang kung ano yung the wrong thing that you have, given. Pero yun nga, it's out there na. So, just forget the mistake, then just do what you can do on that time, especially live reporting.
Lalo na po pag live, mahirap po talaga. So,
Yes.
the next question is, how do you stay informed and update on current events and trends in your field?
Yes. Being responsible yun nga, journalist, you need to be first, you need to know yung pinaka-background ng bawat storya. For example, when it involves business, then you need to know something background sa business. When it involves law, you need to have background when it comes to law. Then, for you to be accurate, read the newspapers, pero do not read just one source. Because, of course, we all know that many media outlets out there have their own political, sometimes political agendas, as well as, of course, they are paid somehow.
Yes.
Not just by advertisements or by the plug-ins, but rather there are people behind all those stories. But you know what? Even journalists, even though they are paid or sometimes they are told to say some stories or not tell some stories, you can feel that they are trying to say something. Basta you just read under the lines of their journalism. Then, of course, para sa ating mga well-informed citizen, mas prefer ko to look for news sa Twitter or the official pages of the newspapers. Before, of course, like, kung may access pa tayo sa library, like, masikot-sikot pa sa library, yung broadsheet. But, yun nga, especially here in the province, we don't have the access right away with subscription ng broadsheet. So, but convenient pa rin ang mga website ng bawat newspapers.
Thank you, Miss. So, the next or second to last question is, how do you ensure that your reporting is accessible and understandable to a broad audience?
Yes. So actually, this is the matter of formatting, especially in radio. For example, of course, we are in the regionalistic area. So, medyo meron tayong vernacular talaga, either Ilonggo, Bisaya, and Tagalog, Ilocano. So, to catch everyone, we make Tagalog as the main language, but when we do reporting, especially in giving commentary, we switch to the vernacular. Why? Because iba yung feeling ng vernacular if you are giving opinions and you can relate to the listeners well. Then of course, catching up with the technology, we all know that di na enough ang radyo lang, kundi minsan we need to have the teleradyo. Of course, we don't have the advantage of having our own TV station. So, para dun sa mga medyo visual, we have our radio live. So, sa mga taong hindi man maka-catch up live or na synchronous sa reporter, they can also check.
Hello.
Yeah, check or follow or the recorded video, they can check.
Thank you very much for that, Miss. So, the last question is, how do you balance the need for transparency and accountability with concerns about privacy and security?
Yes, very, very good question. So first, of course, for all journalists, I think we must first look at the Constitution, our media law. As a mass comm major, our media law professor says that everything would under the sun can be, kumaga, we can explain through law. So first, of course, para sa lahat, you need to be aware of the rights of people, especially sa law. Then, of course, doon na tayo papasok na you can, from there, you can know what is not allowed to be published or not allowed to be talked about. Or if ever we need to talk about it, we need to be sensitive about how we can disseminate the information. Then another thing, of course, tayo as a Filipino, we know our values. Even though it's not written in the law, if you know by heart that it's not good for anyone, especially for responsible journalism, in Good Vibes Radio, hindi po kami mahilig sa chismis. We don't talk about the dirty laundries of our politicians, yung kapwa-tao. Minsan nga, the story is about yung common tao, patapos pagkichismisan. Then, we don't talk about those things. We clarify, of course, like, ng existing sang aswang, mga muni, ng kabit-kabit. We can talk about that in the radio, pero hindi kami yung tipong we sensationalize. We have the problem na ngayon, di ba, lalo na sa social media, we sensationalize. So, we check our heart na if you are in the shoes of that person you are talking to, do you think that it will add value to that person or it will add value to other people? Of course, it will be interesting and very sensational, but it will not add value to the community. So, dalawa lang. Check your law, then second is check your heart.
Thank you very much, Miss, for your time. So, I hope, leaders, that you learned something from this interview with Miss
Maricar.
Miss Maricar. And tandaan, ang good vibes ay hindi nagsasabi ng chismis. So, Miss, here are some small token from our
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So good morning, leaders. I am IBM Matraya together with Sir RJ.
Yes, good morning. I'm RJ Magapian. I'm already 32 years old.
So how many years are you in the service, sir?
12 years.
12 years. So in 12 years, sir, ilang broadcasting station or radio station yung nasalihan or naano nyo?
Actually, kasi hinahanap natin yung experience at the same time pagbibigay ng service. Nakaabot ako ng 5 stations.
5 station.
Ika-5 ngayon itong 9.5 Big Vibes Radio.
To start our sir, na question. So first, we have this question na for you. So what qualities make a good journalist for you, sir?
A good journalism, ang quality na kinoconsider natin unang-una is dapat makuha mo yung respeto. At the same time, paniniwala ng inyong mga listeners, ng inyong mga followers, of course, no, when it comes sa social media. Kasi ang platform ng pagbibigay natin ngayon ng news is na radio lamang or television or newspaper, but of course, nasa social media na din siya, just like Facebook or Twitter or other platform. Doon, dapat is tinatawag natin na solid, no? Solid yung ethical core na mayroon ang isang journalist, mapaniniwalaan, mapagkakatiwalaan, at the same time walang kinikilingan o pinapartihan.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, second, what do you think is the most important thing that journalists should be aware of?
Unang-una sa mga journalist in general na lang, sa pagbibigay kasi ng balita, almost lahat ng mga journalist or mamamahayag, alam nila kung saan sila dapat hindi at alam nila kung saan sila dapat pwede. Unang-una is limitado no, ang pagbibigay ng detalye or balita, lalong-lalo na kung makakasira ito sa kultura, sa gender ng isang tao, sa paniniwala ng isang tao. And of course, sa form or opinion no, ng biodiversity ng bawat individual.
Talakay mo po yung about sa pagbibigay ng tamang impormasyon po, di ba? Na hindi tayo makaka-apekto sa iba. Paano nyo po malalaman na yung mga information or yung mga sources na kinukuha nyo ay reliable or accurate?
Yes, sa panahon ngayon, we have a social media na kung sa ay pwedeng isang click mo lang, makapagbigay ka na ng impormasyon. But paano natin malalaman kung legit ba yung information na yun? Una, pwede ka mag-post doon ng emotion mo lamang mula sa iyong sariling paniniwala, which is hindi pala siya doon nakabase sa kung ano talaga yung nangyari. So ang kino-consider dito na ng mga mamamahaya is yung legit sources. For example, hindi tayo nakabase lamang sa social media. Kung doon natin nakuha yung balita, tawagan natin yung resource person. Sino yung mga resource person? Yung mga concerned na mga tao na involved doon sa nasabing balita. And then confirm natin kung ito ba ang ganitong nangyari, totoo ba na involved yung opisina natin, and what happened. After you ask the confirmation, ask kung ano ang nangyari, kung totoo yung nangyari or hindi. So doon maiiwasan natin yung tinatawag natin na fake news. And the same time, para hindi na din masira yung pangalan ng mga mamamahayag natin. Kasi sa panahon ngayon, ang dami ng lumalabas ng mga balita na hindi mo alam kung totoo, hindi mo alam na kung kanino nang galing. Sometimes, may mga pages na pinaniniwalaan natin na akala natin legit na. But there's a lot of kinds of news na dapat natin malaman. Kasi may balita na base doon sa kanyang paniniwala. May balita na siya mismo yung gumawa ng question at siya din mismo gumawa ng sagot. May balita din na ang sagot is nagmula mismo doon sa concerned person. So ganun, may iba't ibang klase tayo ng mga balita. So dapat sa mga kabataan ngayon, so dapat be mindful tayo kung saang legit na mga sources ng balita pwede natin mapagkukunan. Isa dyan, review natin yung example is the government offices. For sa PNP naman, mga kaso dito, kaso doon. Ngayon, good thing sa ating PNP kasi may sarili na silang Facebook page. Nag-update sila ng kanilang mga nagawa, ng mga achievement sa kanilang programs. At the same time, ganoon din sa ating provincial government. Consider as a legit sources din sila. Kasi hindi yan sila maglalabas ng mga fake news, mga proyekto ng gobyerno yung binibigay nila. For example, DSWD 12. They will always mindful. I don't know lang pero base kasi sa sinabi din ni accounting tip lang. Sinabi din ng BF Region 12. Pag regional offices, hindi po siya gumagamit ng number 12 sa kanilang account when it comes sa social media. Hindi siya gumagamit ng 1, 2. Pag ginagamit nila is din yung Roman. XII. So yun yung legit nila. And syempre, makikita ko din doon, base din sa followers nila. Nakidami na din ang papalo sa kanila. Kasi nga government offices. Yun yung mga legit sources natin at doon din, yun din yung ating ginagawang sandigan.
Sa ngayon na nag-topic tayo about sa mga legit sources. So, meron ka bang mabibigay na tips sa amin or meron ka bang particular method or ways na ginagamit mo para mag-stay informed ka sa mga latest na balita?
Yes, isa doon, hindi na mawawala sa panahon ngayon, social media. Yun yung pinaka-latest. Yes, pinakamabilis. Actually, hindi siya pinakamabilis. Kasi alam naman natin, ang internet hindi talaga ganun mabilis. Mas mabilis na pagbibigay ng informasyon is ang radio talaga. Walang makakatalo doon. When it comes naman sa legitimacy ng balita sa newsprint, yung newspaper, kasi nga even ang mga tinatawag natin dito, mga ordinances sa bawat LGU, kailangan niya siya i-publish through newspaper. For example, nangutang ka sa kanya, tapos kasunduan ninyo ganito-ganyan, ayaw yung pa-attorney kasi tumitipid kayo. Pwede nyo doon iperma sa newspaper ang date. Kasi may date yung newspaper. Iperma kayo doon kung kanya na bayaran. Legal po yun siya. Pino-consider po yun siya newspaper. So, ayun. So, balik tayo dun sa question na kung paano natin
May particular ka po ba na mga methods or ways para maging stay informed?
Yes. Lalo na sa mga media practitioner is connected to each other. and the same time sa mga government offices. Yun yung aming pamamaraan para makakonect kami sa mga kung anong mga balita na nangyayari sa paligid. Kasi the concert agencies, for example, may nangyari o may mga proyekto sila, in-inform nila si media na sir, may ganito tayong event, ganito ganyan, para at least mapublish no, ang kanilang mga proyekto. And of course, through call, hindi kami na mga mamamahaya, and at the same time dito din sa Good Vibes Radio, hindi kami naniniwala lamang sa mga sabi-sabi. Only for the confirmation, tatawagan mismo si either the regional director o kung sinong concerned personnel na pwede natin kunan ng mga detalye na nais natin malaman.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So for our final question po, sir, ng mga students, so ano po or what do you think is or are the biggest challenges facing journalism or you as a journalist today?
The greatest enemy kasi ngayon. Kasi malaking challenge na din ito, ang tinatawag natin na pag-upgrade ng ating technology. So ngayon, sometimes the news parang napabayaan na, nakalimutan na. Radio station, same na din. And same time, sometimes sa TV, hindi na din tayo nanonood ng TV kasi may cellphone na. Ang kalaban natin is social media. So yan yung malaking hamon sa bawat mamamahaya kung paano din nila isasabay yung pagbibigay ng serbisyo doon sa makabagong technology. So ngayon, mayroon ng mga Facebook Live, and sometimes para mapamanatili yun, kahit sa pagbibigay ng news, mayroong komentary. Na magbibigay siya doon ng sarili niyang thought para at least matatatak sa isip ng tao na kailangan kong abangan what's next. No, so ayun yung mga challenges na kailangan din i-adapt ng bawat mamamahayag. And the same time when it comes naman sa negative side, kasi alam naman natin na hindi ganun kadami ang pagkukuha ng kurso mass communication or any related courses. But then again, we encourage those students or people na gusto na maging mamamahayag, magbigay ng serbisyo. Kasi we are losing. What I mean is, nauubos na yung mga numero ng mga mamamahayag natin. Sa kabila po yan ng mga takot na kanilang nalalaman o nababalitaan din mismo na sa TV, sa radyo, na kung ano nangyayari sa mga mamamahayag. Yun din yung isa na dapat nating labanan, which is, kapag nasa tama, dapat nating ipaglaban. So, yun po, kung gusto nyo na maging isang mamamahayag or at the same time maging tawag natin dito magbigay ng impormasyon sa ating mga mamamayan, only na the media people, media practitioner, the press, kung ano mang tawag sa kanila, sila po yung legit sources natin ng mga balita. Although sa panahon ngayon, ang dami nang lumalabas dyan ng mamamayan. Marites, they're also a reporter. Magsasmuksa sa kabilang bahay. Pero, yung when it comes naman sa legit na mga balita, ating tangkilikin. The radio station is always nandiyan para magbigay ng mga mabilis na balita para po sa inyo mga ka-good vibes. And of course, lahat po ng platform ng ating pamamahayag. So, yan lamang po.
So, yun naman po. Maraming salamat, sir, sa sa iyong oras na binigay sa amin. So,